Hey guys, today we are going to learn a very important aspect of any spreadsheet that we have. Either it be Microsoft Excel or OpenOffice, or you use Google Sheet. So the most important aspect of any sheet, it's not only to collate all the data or put together all the data in one place, but also drive out insights by way of summarizing the data. What better tool can be than pivot tables in Google Spreadsheets, which can be used to summarize any kind of data. If you're working with a small spreadsheet, you likely don't need a pivot table. That's because small data sets are usually simple enough to scan through to make sense of the information. But as your spreadsheet begins to grow, drawing conclusions requires a bit more power. That's where pivot table come in. Think of it as a way normal spreadsheet essentially have a flat data. Yeah. So you have this data in horizontal rows and columns vertically spread across. Yeah. If you want to derive insights of this entire data, yeah, to another level, you need to shift the axis to the of the table, as as we'll see when we'll try to create the pivot. While you could pull many of this insight using formulas, the pivot table allows you to distill it in a fraction of time and with less chance of human error. This way, whenever your bosses ask for a new report based on some data set, you can generate it with a few clicks instead of starting from scratch by writing a formula. Yeah, how do you do that? Let's see how we can create a pivot table first of all in Google Sheet. So how do we go about? We first select the data, then we go to insert, and we select one pivot table. As soon as you select pivot table, this new box opens. What do you have in this? First of all, you have the range of data that is being selected, which you either way can, by selecting this border button, you can just select it. Yeah. Anyways, there will be a suggested rows or columns which you can use. I'll say okay. So here you have your range selected. So the data which you want to analyze. Now you want the pivot table to be inserted on new sheet or existing sheet. We'll see both. So if I say new sheet, it will create a new sheet for pivot table to summarize the data. So yeah, we have a new sheet which is created here. Down below, you can the pivot table 2 has been created. This is a new sheet. Let me go back to my raw data. I'll try to create a pivot table again. And this time, let's try existing sheet. So when I tried to create new sheet, it created a new sheet altogether. Now, if I try to create it on existing sheet, it will ask me where you want to place your pivot table. Suppose I want to place my pivot table at the cell A15. Yeah. So I'll click on this data range selection, click on A15. I'll say OK. And then I'll say create. Now, the pivot table can be created on the existing sheet, vis-a-vis which was created on a new sheet. I always prefer to keep it on new sheet because, for example, if your data keeps on increasing, the pivot table would get, I'll show you the errors that would come in. Yeah, my pivot table would be gone. Yeah? So I prefer always to create a new sheet. So this is how you create a pivot table. Yeah, on a new sheet or an existing sheet. Now we need to know what are the components of this pivot table. First is row. So anything that you put here, anything that you put on this box here will get adjusted against the selection which is provided here. Yeah, on the left hand side. So suppose if I want to analyze, let's see the raw data that we have. Yeah. Now suppose I want to analyze how many or analyze the quantity purchased by a particular name or a particular customer. Yeah. What I'll do is I want the name, right? So I'll take it on rows. How do we put any of the entities onto this particular selections? Either you drag the way I'm doing right now, or you click on add and it will show you all the columns which are available on your raw data, and I can just select it. Now, once you select this, you will see the row, since you have selected it in rows, automatically the unique entities of that particular column gets populated here. Now I wanted the quantity, the sum of quantity against each name. So I have to drag it in values. So I say add. What I want is the quantity. I'll click on quantity. Automatically, pivot table takes the number as sum. And there are various options for it. So you can take count, average, min, max, whatever as per your analysis that you have to do. Right now, I'm going ahead with sum because we are just trying to find out how pivot tables are being used. So once you pull it on in values, you'll automatically come to know A has purchased 15 quantity, AG has purchased 30 quantity, B has just 10 quantity. So, and in total, quantity sold was 71. Yes. So this is how you analyze data. Now suppose I also want to know this A customer had purchased 15 quantity, but from which stores? So I can pull the store keys to my columns here. So how do I do that? I'll say add. I'll just remove all these drawings right now. I'll say add and I'll say store keys. Now, as soon as I pushed it on columns, you will see here the store keys have got updated. Now I can analyze in a much better way, saying that A has got 15 quantity from the store 306. Same way, AG has got 30 quantities from 309. Yeah. Now I suppose want to extend this particular thing. Now I have the selection as A1 to Y11, but you remember I have added few more rows beyond A11. Now I want to include this 12, 13, 14, 15. Till 15, I want to include it in the pivot table. So what I can do is I can just update it to 15. Now automatically the numbers have also got updated. You see the AG was 30, now it has become automatically 60. This is the way you can analyze your data in a quick fashion, very quickly. And it hardly took us 2 minutes to build this pivot table. Same way, suppose you want to filter out some information. You do not want to show customer E. Yeah. So if you want to add a filter to your pivot table, I'll say here, you need to add a filter. Can see this filter selection here. I'll say add. What I want to add as a filter, customer key or customer name. I'll say customer name, and I'll select as we did for filters in a previous session. I will remove A. I do not want A to be shown in the analysis. So I'll remove A, I'll deselect it. I'll say okay. As soon as I do it, here the A is not visible anymore. I can get it back by selecting A again. Just keep a look at the pivot table. As soon as I press on OK, A is back in the column. So this is how you filter your data, as in how you want to get your insights into. Again, the values can be summarized based on sum, or I can do an average, yeah, or I can do a max of all the quantity, or I can do a mean of all the quantity, yeah. You can analyze any way, anyhow, yeah. You can have, uh, suppose I want to do an analysis of A by product keys. So I'll just drag a product key beyond name to understand from which product A has brought, which product A has bought to get this kind of quantity. So I'll say the quantity was supposed to be sum. I'll put it sum. Yeah. So he got 30 quantity of product 1760 from store key 306. Yes. So this is how you analyze very, very quickly. Suppose I change the data. Suppose I make a change here. So I have multiple selections of A. I will change the store key to 07. I'll change some of the parts. So I can show you what multiple things can happen. Now, since I've changed AG, stores and store keys I have changed. I go back to pivot table. I can see AG has brought two products, 168 and 1760. And 1760, he has got it from store 307. Whereas 1668, he has got it from store 309 of 40 quantity. So I can understand from which store he is buying more and which product. Yeah. So this is how our ways and means to analyze the data. If I do not want to analyze the quantity, I'll just remove quantity. I want to know what is the kind of sales that has been done. I'll select sales, and you can just find out which store was doing how much sales, from which product you have done how much sale. You can do it anyhow. Suppose I want to know how my product was doing. I'll just remove the customer name, and you'll see the summary by just the product keys. Yeah. I can also sort my pivot table based on various, suppose on product key, I want to sort it on ascending order. I can just select it, put it on descending order, and I want to do it on sum of sales. And I'll say I want it on the grand total. Yeah. Now the highest sales is at the top. I'll just format it a bit so that it looks better. Yeah. Now I can analyze that my 1760 is the highest selling product. Yeah. Suppose I want to see in 309 what is the highest selling product, or 307 which is the highest selling product. Now the data is small, that's why you can easily gauge, okay, 1880, 153 is the high selling product. But if you have a high number of data, yeah, I would have done this way. I'll keep it descending. I would have selected on product key, and then, yeah, on product key, sum of sales, and I will have selected which 307 on which I want it on descending order. So here it is. So 153 is the highest selling product in 307. So there are lots and lots of ways in which you can analyze your data by playing with these rows, columns, values, and filters in pivot tables. It's an awesome tool. Once you get a hang of it, you can get a lot and lot of things which you can work on with. Yeah. You can customize your data analysis. Yeah. Now this helps you to build a two-dimensional table. So that's why it is very helpful to bring in a lot of data. Yeah. Which will be helpful to get great insights. Yes. Now, not only this, but if you select a row and get to pivot table, I'll show you another option. I'll just delete this pivot table as of now. I say delete, I'll say, okay. I again select the data. I say insert, I say pivot table. Yeah, I say new sheet. Yeah. Now there is an option called suggested here. Pivot table in Google Sheet is supported by some uh, very good AI features like this one, where it suggests you what kind of analysis you can do. So if you just click on the arrow which is next to the suggested word here, so there is right now there are no suggestions for this table. Yeah, but as soon as I put some, suppose I put product key here, yeah, and I say sales, yeah, show me suggested, still not there. I'll say customer key. Let me see if I can get some more suggestions out of it. Still, there are no suggestions. Uh, I'll say quantity. Let me see if there are any suggestions. So usually you'll get a suggestion here, which you can use to build a lot of other pivot tables, or you can do a lot of analysis on. So this is how you can analyze using pivot table. This is how you can set up your data to get more insights onto it. Yeah. Thank you so much.